my side stance. Remember, my side stance is, like I said, in some sense, it's good for self-defense. You're standing there, oh shit, I'm in side stance. It allows me to get some stance. It allows me to generate power. But mostly, this side stance and what we call the wheeling body is conceptual. Whereas the 7-star stepping, which we'll do in a little bit, is more for the fighting. But here, again, I'm doing this line that's like 45 degrees. That's the link, the vector that I'm on. So I hit with the back of my fist. It's not straight down, it's coming from what would be your temple to your hip. And then the other punch mirrors it, it becomes an overhand. And again, it goes from your temple to your hip. So they're both on the same line. And you see what I mean by mirror? Like if you held up a mirror to either side, you would see the other side of the punch. But I'm going wah, cut. And it's not at the same time, it's not, it's 1, 2, 1, 2. So a lot of people think it's this, right? The first and foremost reason not to do this is you smack yourself in the groin and you will be very unhappy. Whereas if I do this, it goes past. And this is like when you cut with a knife or a sword, right? You don't want to do that. You want to do that. Also, this, like me, caveman fighting you, is much easier to block than me coming at the 45-degree angle. And there's a lot of applications like this. I can use this as 2 hits. I can use it as a block and a hit. I can use it as a clear and a hit. Notice though that as my left hand is moving, my left hip is moving. As my right hand is moving, my right hip is moving. And the same thing. Hip, hip. And I'm going to end up still, if you look at me from the ceiling, with basically my hands being north and south and my feet being east and west. And like I said, people are used to, like in kickboxing structure, being on the balls of your feet. This is basically flat. But the reason we're doing this is because I don't want to learn incorrectly that my feet push my hip leads my feet. In other words, people will do this. And this is actually out of position. That's my hip. That's my hip, for example. That's my hip. Now, sometimes, when we start doing the zigzagging, what you'll see is, just give you sort of a preview. Well, this is what happens when people want to pretend that they have power. That's wrong. Sometimes my foot will move, sometimes it won't. If I just do this, it didn't move. Didn't move. Now it should happen. When my hip is really turning, it drags my foot. And learning to do this flat, for example, helps develop your power because you're dragging a flat foot. It's like when people drag the sled with the weights on it. Now, of course, when I'm fighting, I may be going on the balls of my feet. But again, this is training. This is training your body to do certain things. It's not just out. People think like martial art, well, it has to be that, you know, like they comment on the internet every day. Well, that would never work in a real fight. Well, it may not work exactly like that. Or you show somebody fighting, and you go, look at the techniques from my system. And they go, it doesn't look like it. It looks like just kickboxing because you're just punching and kicking. When I'm training, what I'm doing in a form, what I'm doing in the school is partly conceptual, partly body training. How I use it in a fight is going to always look different. And is it going to look like kickboxing? Well, all you can do is punch and kick and throw people. One way or the other, it's all going to end up looking basically the same. All right, so, Hua Ka, Hua Choy Control, Hua Choy Control. Make sure you're turning the hips. When you're spinning though also, right behind the ball of your foot is a spot. That's what you're spinning on. I'm not spinning on my heels. I'm not spinning on the ball of my foot. I'm spinning on the space right behind the ball of the foot. And notice, yeah, I'm not going to leave that because my hip is doing that. My hip is doing that. And if you've seen people do crazy drills like this, I'm not going to fight that way. I'm not going to come to you. Michael Jackson video, right? You throw it, right? But it's training. You see the shaking crane stuff, and it's like all wacky. It's just teaching you how to develop power. That's the game, the Qin, the manifestation of power. Okay. I have this, right? This can hit. I have the base of the fist that can hit. But I also have this. One of the reasons I don't do this is if I hit like this, I'm going to probably just hurt my palm. But if I have this, he's going to tell you, right? That cuts. That's when I hit you. What people get like all obsessed about what part of the hand you're hitting with and where you're hitting. I'll hit you with whatever I have, and I'll hit you with wherever I can. So, in other words, sometimes it's the whole flat fist. Sometimes it's more that base. Sometimes it's this. Sometimes I'll hit him with my arm, but it's this. Okay. This is the back fist. This is going to be basically down. But this. Again, they're mirroring each other. Does that make sense? Block. Now this squad cup, what the lead, the vector is block. Hanging. Like you hang up your hat, like you hang up your jacket. It's also because we're fighting, right? Sometimes what I'm doing is I'm hanging, meaning I'm bringing all this attention high. I can attack high, or I can go from there low. Right? We have the same also in Chinese. You draw high to attack low, you draw low to attack high. You know, as I go kick your leg, and you go, oh shit, on my leg, and I punch you in the face. Or I jab to then take you down, right? Because you're thinking high. Or I throw a hook, and then I kick you in the leg. It's all Kung Fu. So, the three basic ways you can use anything. Pure attack. I hit you, I hit you. I hit you, I hit you. Defense, you want to punch me? This one in particular, look how, because it's coming this way, it opens up that vector for the overhand. His life just flashed before me. Right? See how it opens up the vector? This one in particular. And this one especially, right? We're used to like with his hands up, I jab, right? But I think of block. I'm trying to kill you. Right? Just hold your hands out a little bit more. I know you wouldn't normally do that. Okay. But then I would hit you. But he's real protected. I can jab, but if I jab, he's just going to parry. He's just going to parry. But I go block. Sure does work, even with gloves. Sure does work. Would work in the UFC tonight or tomorrow, last night. It would work. It's very simple. I go, and if I don't want to hit, I can just go like this and use that same motion, right? Stop my punch. Go ahead. Simple, right? Stop my punch. And if I'm close, well, we have the Gua elbow, which is the same lead, same vector. It's just a different striking surface. We have these vectors even in the grappling because I do this and then this. And I'm taking it this way. It's still that vector. Right? Diagonal pulling. It's called diagonal pulling. It's not called just pulling, it's called diagonal pulling. Walk me on the outside. Walk me on the inside. Oh, also, he grabs my shoulder. Walk. Throw. Right? Because in Lama, we have that this. I remember with some of my classmates, they're going, what's that little footy thing for? It's a throw. No, Sifu, what's that for? It's a throw. Sifu, what's it for? It's a throw. Sifu finally looks at it and goes, it's a throwing. Expletive. Of course it is. What do you think this is? No, it's some kick. I hit it here and I kick somebody. No, it's not. It's a throw. Attack. Defense. Open them up. Either side, right? Attack. Boom. I attack with the jab. So remember, I can do it against either side. The strength is the weakness. The weakness is I have to know how to do this on both sides. And I have to realize that it doesn't matter what his side is. What the strength is, it doesn't matter what side. Whether he throws the left punch or the right punch, whether he's got his left foot forward or his right foot forward, I don't care. I go walk up. That's the other thing also. Most important principle in Lama Pai is called Cham. It means ruthless. It means I don't care. Right? And that's why also we cross-train. Because whatever it takes to win the fight. I'm not going to say, well, we don't do arm locks because that's jiu-jitsu. Oh, chokes are nasty. Oh, gouge his eyes? No, we go, where the hell? Whatever it takes to win. Right? Whatever it takes to win. And we don't care. If I have to, like, hands up, right? We always think it's clear, but I don't know if you understand. I don't apologize. All right? One is clear. That's nice, right? Everything's punches have to be his face, his body.